What's up, Bulls Nation? It's the Bloody Horns podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Let's get into it. So the Chicago Bulls, they finally entered free agency. They made a move about an hour ago. 3 years, $27 million for Jalen Smith. It's a fantastic deal. This is the exact type of player I wanted them to target at the 5. I had that tweet that went viral a couple days ago where I laid out their lineup and I had James Wiseman at the 5. Jalen Smith is a big-time upgrade over James Wiseman. The reason I had Wiseman there is because I thought that the Bulls would be on the bargain market. I thought they'd be trying to sign a dude for the minimum. I didn't think they were going to go out and spend real money on a center like Jalen Smith. $9 million a year. It's a good deal. He's a solid player. He's 24 years old. He fits into their timeline. He's athletic. He can shoot. I'm excited for it. Last year in Indiana, he played roughly 18 minutes a game, gave him 10 points a game, 5 rebounds, half a block. He shot 42% from 3 on 2 attempts a game. So it looks like it's going to be a very good deal for the Bulls, the perfect fit for the Bulls. There's questions to be had, though. There's still questions we got to answer. Is he going to be the starter? Can they get rid of Vucevic in a trade? Is he going to be the starter? Is he built to be a starter? Can he play 30 minutes a game? That three-point percentage, 42% from 3, that sounds good. But when you only shoot 2 a game, it's kind of easy to have a high percentage rate. What's his percentage rate going to be if we get him up to 4, maybe 5 attempts a game? Can he keep that mark? I don't expect 42% a game, 42% from 3, shooting 4 attempts a game. But if he can shoot like 38% on 4 attempts a game, that's huge. That's game-changing for the Chicago Bulls. His defense, there's people who say his defense leaves a lot to be desired. My counter to that is we watched Nikola Vucevic try to defend the pick and roll for the last year and never making any adjustments, never realizing what he was doing wrong. So it can't be worse than Nikola Vucevic on the defensive end. He has a little bit of a shot blocker. He's had a couple years where he's averaged a block a game. He's long. He's 6'10". He's got an even longer wingspan. I think his wingspan measures out at about 7'2". He is skinny, though. He's only 215, so maybe he's got to bulk up a little bit. And we've never seen him have to play the role of a starter, so if the plan is to get rid of Vooch and bring him in as the starter, there's still questions to be had. One of the major questions I have is, for some reason last year, he was out of their rotation towards the end of the year. He barely played in the playoffs. Indiana, watching them in that series against the Knicks, the Knicks constantly kept Hartenstein in there. They had size in there. You would have thought they could have used his size a little bit more, his shooting a little bit more. So if they had him in-house and they were more comfortable playing Isaiah Jackson, obviously Miles Turner is a much better player than him. But the fact that he lost his spot in the rotation, that does give me a little bit of concern. But it's a good signing for the Chicago Bulls. It's the type of player they needed to target. They needed somebody young. They needed somebody athletic. They needed somebody who could shoot. They needed to go out and make a move. So I'm excited for it. I think he's going to slot in nicely. Now we just got to see what's going to happen with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. The signing market for DeMar DeRozan, it's drying up. The Clippers gave Derrick Jones $30 million. The Magic went and got They went and got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. The Warriors, by them getting rid of Chris Paul and not even trying to get better in a trade for him, signals they might be rebooting. The Thunder have made signings, so his options are kind of drying up out there. The Lakers keep hovering around. As a DeMar DeRozan fan, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see you go to the Lakers. The Lakers will struggle, and instead of anybody blaming LeBron, they're just going to blame you. We don't want that shit. So his market's drying up. The Zach LaVine market's drying up. We've seen all those reports. And then Detroit today, they gave Tobias Harris $52 million, so they don't have the cap space to take on Zach LaVine anymore. Philly went and signed Paul George. They don't have the cap space for DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine. So the options for those two, man, they're drying up. I'm cool with bringing one of them back. I'm cool with bringing either DeMar back or Zach LaVine back. I've been saying all along that Zach LaVine's going to be here because there's not going to be a trade for him. But if they can trade Zach LaVine somehow and they bring DeMar DeRozan back, I'm fine with that. We cannot have both of them on the team next year, though. So the next 24 hours, man, free agency is starting to ramp up a little bit. It's starting to kick up a little bit. Teams are making moves. Trades might be made. It's going to be a fun time, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about this signing and what else you want to see the Chicago Bulls do here.